I've been in a guild myself for many, many years that all my friends in school, you know, the top students who went to Cambridge and all have chosen to stay at home to be with the kids because it's their time now to help with the kids. And many times I've sat down with my husband like, am I doing this right? You know, look at so-and-so, maybe I should be with Amanda and Anton. And I remember that my husband saying that successful kids come from successful parents, not successful parent. And I think I would be a horrible mom if I stayed at home. I think he was being polite about that.
When in our own country, in our own little corner, doing our own little business, we sometimes don't know what else is going on out there in the world, particularly because in the field I'm in, teaching, I don't have corporate experience, right? So we don't travel and meet the top key people who are changing industries and so on and so forth. And I realized that when I read the books, there were a lot of things I was learning about what was going on elsewhere and what people were doing, right? Then as I learned, then I realized, oh, they have mentors, business trainers coming over to Malaysia. Why don't we go learn from them? And I started going for it.
Well, I guess I've learned this very much early when I started the company, whereby, you know, people that have known the way that I have contributed to the organizations, and when they knew that, you know, I wanted to run my own business, they actually offered to actually give me, you know, business. And not only just one business, but because you are able to deliver you know, the services beyond their expectations, the repeat and referrals, you know, continues to actually help to support and grow my organization. So I guess the key learning really it's really not to burn the bridges. You know, maintaining the relationship and deepening the relationship adds a lot of value in terms of your sustainability in your business.
Well, when I first started, I felt like I had to do everything, or I wanted to do everything, right? Probably at that time I was young, and there was always that point to prove that you can do everything. But when you go along and the company started getting bigger, and I started going into areas that requires more attention, right? There was no real need to actually be good at everything, but really to be good at something that you can really build your specialty on. But business are complementing, so you would need different areas to come in. And I started building this kind of partnerships. And I learned a lot actually from people like Microsoft and people like Intel. Although they have partnerships, they're very strategic in their nature. And with that, you know, I realized that, you know, you've got to build on your core competencies, and you've got to start working with others, and you scale faster, you move faster.
Well, you always, I think, need to begin with the end in mind. So we do production now. We are manufacturers. We make products. We make apparel. We make gifts. And every time we plan how we will sew something or how we will produce a gift, we have to start from the end and work our way backwards. And I find that that's really the only productive way. It's a good life lesson as well, because that's the only productive way that we can accomplish anything in life. You have to think, what am I in this for? What am I trying to accomplish? Because along the way, there will be obstacles, there will be discouragement, there will be distractions. And if you don't know what the end is that you are working for something for, then it's very easy to just, you know, be distracted and get off the path of what you're focused on. So you have to begin with the end in mind.
Well, if you think about it, our business, we're not a brick and mortar store. So unlike going to a shop where you can meet a salesperson, you can ask questions and you can look at the product and be sure whether it's an original product. In this case, it's all pictures online. It's all fluff in the air if you think about it, right? So you need to make sure that the customer comes to your website and they feel confident they're really going to get what is displayed and it's the original item. And also that, you know, that we will really deliver to them according to our promise, which is very fast, quick turnaround of 1 to 2 working days. So what we've done is we are extremely particular and actually pedantic about customer service. We go really the extra mile, and you know, we speak to every single person that comes to our website. You will not find many websites that do that. Right. And so we actually have a team that actually calls each one. We find out, we build a relationship from there.
Not all of us are born with, like, you know, exceptional talents and skill sets and all that. I don't think I have talent. I don't think I have a skill set. But what I have is really just a drive to to be successful in everything I do. You know, do it well, or otherwise don't do it at all. So when every outlet that we decide to open, you know, we just pour in our time, effort, and our days and nights, you know, making sure that that we conceptualize each outlet well. I think hard work has also been exemplary to the team that we work with. And it's just come to a stage where if I feel that tables and chairs needs to be cleared, glasses needs to be washed, you know, we go right down to doing that. But it's come to a stage now where my staff will not let me do that anymore. So,
Well, for me, you know, ever since before, the interest was all about branding. So previously in the past jobs, it's all about branding for the big brands, the tech brands that I work for. And I've seen how that has brought them very far beyond slowdown, economic slowdown, beyond many things. So when it came to my turn, I really wanted to build a brand rather than just a product to sell, because I know that that will be the memory of what I have achieved, of what I have done. So everything that we have put together, whether it's the packaging or the name or the price or the look of the shop, everything is down to the purpose of I want it to be a beautiful or a really nice branding. So a lot of our decisions were not just made because of this thing is cheaper or I can easily get this bottle. It's all about, okay, will it look unique? Will people remember us? Will they feel good when they hold it? Does the color look correct? Can they say the name? Is the bag nice enough? You know.
Actually, I don't really know how I persevered, but basically what happens is, of course, when you first start a business, you actually need to have validation from your customers and you need to have validation from your staff. And after a while, you realize that you have a strong force that's behind you. And of course, we need to have a vision. I always felt that God was actually in front of me and that He's actually building the house. And so every time I feel like giving up, I always look at my staff and seriously, they always come and encourage us and say, you know, don't give up. And our customers, there was one time we wanted to give up, the customers came and told us, don't give up. But since then, we've actually built a strong business because initially it was, especially as an entrepreneur, you hit cash flow problems and all that. But now we have recurring revenue. We actually learn how to build a subscription and recurring revenue. So, for example, this year we've actually grown 36%.